Well, as usual, this is this Tuesday morning. It's a session I've set time aside to address all problems, issues, questions regarding trading. Obviously, in between the sessions, we have the online platform where I post my trades, and you can also ask questions on the platform, on the live Forex trading group. But this Tuesday mornings are sort of set aside. If you're having more problems or any questions regarding trading, your strategies, and all of that, this is an opportunity to ask those questions in person. It's also a good opportunity if I need to look at your desktop, look at your platform, have a look at all that. It also gives me opportunity to do that. But we'll do that at the end. So the main thing is I will first analyze the markets. So we'll first analyze the markets for the day, look for trading opportunities together. And then afterwards, we'll do questions and answers. And once all the questions have answered, then we end the session. So the session can either take 10 minutes or 1 hour. It all depends on you guys and your questions and answers. But I've set aside this time to address all issues you might be having. Obviously, those who need to go to work or have other commitments and need to get on with their day, once we've analyzed the markets and we've placed our trades, you're welcome to log off and get on with your day. But if you have questions and if there are some things you need to address, you can then obviously stay behind and ask your questions. Okay, and the last thing too, obviously, is every Tuesday morning I give someone a chance to present. So if one of you want to present and analyze the market for us, I always give that opportunity every Tuesday morning. And then if nobody decides to go, then I will analyze the market. So who wants to have a go? Who wants to have a go at analyzing the market? If you want to have a go, you can either raise your hand up and let me know. Like I said, if nobody wants to, then I will go for it. Okay, good. So if there are no volunteers, I will start with the analysis of the market for today. So as usual, we start off with the economic calendar. Again, that's the beauty about trading, is just going through your trading plan every day. But of course, as you're going through your trading plan, you need to also remember all the things we discussed during the 5 weeks course. So everything we discussed about trading, the things to watch out for, the things to monitor for, you need to take each day on its own merit. So that's very important when it comes to trading. It's you, and that's why from a trading psychology point of view, you need to be alert, you need to be focused, no distractions, because there's a lot of factors you need to put into play every day before you trade, and every day is different. So for example, yesterday, if you've been following the markets yesterday and our trades, is all on the platform. But yesterday, the market fell about 112 pips. So the market fell about 112 pips. Actually, let me just quickly go to the platform. So if you go to the live Forex trading platform, you can see when we did the final assessment yesterday, where we discussed that the market fell about 112 pips yesterday. From the pivot point level to that low was about 112 pips. And remember from the training, we say that the market tends to trend sideways the following day after a huge move of about 100 pips plus. So we need to trade with extreme caution tomorrow. This was my post yesterday. So again, this is the thing about trading. Every day tends to be different. So you need to take all the factors into play before you trade. So we can't ignore what happened yesterday. The market, there was a huge fall in the market yesterday. It fell about 112 pips, and we know that when the market falls in one day, falls about 100 pips plus, the market tends to trend sideways the next day. Again, always remember that the words always and never do not exist in the financial markets. The words always or never do not exist. So I'm not saying the market always trends sideways after a day, after a huge move. I've just said it tends to. There's a high probability. And you base your trading and you base your plan on what usually happens. You don't base your plan on what rarely happens. And there are no absolutes. So you don't use the word always or never. So the market, so because we now know that the market usually trends sideways prior to a report of high importance, then we need to be careful trading today. We know that when the market falls, when there's a huge fall in the market, then the market tends to trend sideways the following day. Hello, Tolu, you've got your hand up.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
I'm clear my truth because I just rolled up. Sorry.
Yeah, it's early in the morning.
Yeah, I had a quick question because I looked at the analysis you done yesterday. Like I looked at the markets yesterday morning, and even though Dr. Please don't judge me because I know it might sound like a silly question, but when I looked at the market, okay, so when I looked at the market yesterday morning, I realized that it was above, and there was really no opportunities to trade. Something said to me, oh, but you can place, because I thought there might be a sell option.
Yes.
But then I wasn't 100% sure. I thought, oh, I can place a trade, a sell option trade. But I then said, okay, let me see what Dr. Remy said. And I saw it, and I saw your capital NO, no trading opportunities. I'm like, okay, just respect yourself and move on. But then by the time I came in the afternoon, I realized that if I had placed that sell option, that sell trade as a pending trade, it would have been a smart thing to do. So I wanted to ask that, why did you say not to do that, if you see what I mean?
Okay.
You know, in the morning, that's what you said. There was no trading opportunities. But I was thinking that, okay, there was no opportunities to buy because it was above R2. But I was thinking that we could have placed like a pending order for a sale below the pivot.
Okay. I'll say a couple of things. And now that you've asked this question, I should have waited till the end. But now that you've asked, I'll answer the question and then go through the analysis for the day. But it's probably helpful for everybody too. So we'll go back to yesterday. Let's go back to yesterday. Now, this is also a very good, the reason why I want to answer that question now for everybody, because I always say the whole essence of the course and the training and the membership is just to teach you how to trade, show you the principles of how to trade. But, you know, the plan is not for you guys to rely on me 100%, because obviously some days I might not be able to post trades on the platform. If I have other commitments, or, you know, when this COVID thing is over, if I'm traveling, I'm on the plane, you know, there are certain times I will not be able to. So the aim is not for you guys to be dependent on me. So the aim is that, yes, and also just like I said, to the reason why we start the session at 6 o'clock in the morning, it's because it's just reasonable for everybody. But I tend to start trading at 5 o'clock in the morning. So again, you don't need to wait for the session to start trading. You don't need to wait for my post to start trading. So that's the first thing just to highlight again. And that's why I wanted to answer your question now, just to remind everyone that the aim is not for you guys to be reliant on me. The aim is to give you guys the tools, the confidence to make the decisions for yourself. Of course, I'm always here for questions and answers and guidance, but the aim is for you guys to be independent, make your decisions yourself, decide what you want to do yourself, and start to, you know, be bold to take the chances and the decisions. So going back to yesterday, this is the IG platform, by the way. So this is the IG platform. So going back to yesterday, When you look at the chart in the morning, again, this is just me personally. When we look at the chart in the morning, you can see, looking at the whole thing, it just looks, from my own point of view, everything was all over the place. So you can see where it was up, down, up, down, all over the place. So I personally just basically took the whole thing as a sideways trend. Personally, it just didn't look nice to me. That's me personally. I always err on the side of caution. So that's why I just said there were no opportunities, because I didn't want to sell below R1 pivot point or S1, because the whole picture didn't look nice to me. But again, that's the beauty about trading. You need to make a decision based on what you're seeing at the time. And again, always remember, regardless of whatever you do, you're going to have losses. So long as you are confident that you're taking everything into consideration and you make a decision, then you go for it. So interestingly, following on to your question, Tolu, if you see the next thing here, this is a guy, it's a shame he's not online. If he was online, I would have got him to, but see what he did. So you can see, he said here, upon assessing the market in the morning, then the market was slightly above R1, and there was, anyway, basically, just like you were planning to do, Tolu, he placed a sell 2 pips below the pivot point. So he did actually what you wanted to do. And like you said, the market plummeted and he got his 60 pips profit and he ended the trading for the day. So you can see, I told him, well done. You know, the pivot point levels, and obviously he is using the FX Primos platform. On the FX Primos platform, it wasn't looking, it looks a bit different from the IG platform on a Monday. And again, I explained to him why that was. He was saying, he asked the question, why is it different? Again, I answered the question. So you can go back and read all these questions and answers we went through with him yesterday. And again, encourage him to ask questions. He was apologizing for asking too many questions, but I did tell him that's what the platform is for. You can ask as many questions as you want. And again, that's what these Tuesday morning sessions are for, is to ask questions. But yes, the FX Primos platform and the IG platform are slightly different because they close on Friday at different times and they open Sunday different times. So that's why on Monday mornings, the parameters tend to be different. And so again, that's what I just want to highlight, is that, yes, the aim is for you guys to do your homework, do your assessment, take all the factors into consideration, decide where you want to trade and go for it. And then, of course, as always, apply good money management, because bottom line, regardless of what you do, again, don't focus on whether you make money or don't forget, the aim of trading is to trade well. The aim of trading is to trade well. Your focus shouldn't be on making money. So even like I missed that huge fall in the market yesterday, but I'm not bothered. I'm happy that I stuck with my own plan, with my own assessment. But everyone, this is, again, that's why it's a good question. You're all meant to be individual traders, trading on your own, making your own decisions, and standing by your decisions, whether you lose money or make money. But the key is to focus on the 3 M's. Discipline, not being greedy, not being fearful, being disciplined, sticking to your trading plan, applying good money management, and sticking to your method. So those are the key elements that are universal. So I think that's why, you know, I decided that would be a good opportunity to answer that question, because yes, it's about you going with your own gut feeling and your own assessment. And if you lose, fine, you're comfortable because you did the best you could do for that trade at that time. Okay. All right. So I'll go through the presentation now again for this morning, and I will take the rest of the questions at the end. But thanks for that, Tolu, because it's important I highlighted all those points I just raised. And if you have more questions, we can go through all that again at the end of the assessment for today. So like I said, yes, yesterday there was a huge move in the market. Yesterday, The market fell about 112 pips, so there's a probability the market could trend sideways today. So we'll have to be extremely careful trading today because of what happened yesterday. So in view of that, I personally will be only having one live attempt at the market today in view of the huge fall in the market yesterday. So that's the learning point for today, remembering what we discussed during the pause, that the market tends to trend sideways the day after a huge fall in the market. And you know, we've now experienced that yesterday, and we'll see what happens today. So in view of that, I'm only going to have one live attempt at the market today. But we'll still do what we normally do. We'll go through the economic calendar. So looking at the economic calendar today, today is Tuesday, the 22nd of September. Again, make sure you're using the correct time zone for your economic calendar. Obviously, I'm in Rwanda, so my time zone is GMT +2. If you're in UK, you use GMT +1. If you're in Canada, I think it's GMT minus whatever. If you're in USA, so regardless of where you're in the world, make sure you change it to the correct time zone that you're in. Okay, so so today I'll just be using my Rwanda time zone of GMT +2. So today is Tuesday, 22nd of September. The main market we're looking at is the Euro-US dollar. So we're looking for reports of high importance that would affect the Euro or the US dollar. And we also note reports of medium importance that can affect the Euro or the US dollar. So let's have a look. Of course, you can just completely ignore the reports of low importance. Of course, Sweden, we can ignore Sweden, ignore reports of low importance, have nothing to do with Brazil, ignore all this low. And then you've got here at 4 o'clock. At 4 o'clock, this is the Euro area. So obviously this will affect the Euro and hence the Euro-US dollar. So that's a report of medium importance coming out at 4 Rwandan time. And then we've also got a couple of other reports from the United States, existing home sales and the Fed's Evans speech. And obviously the Euro area consumer confidence flash. These are not reports of high importance. They're reports of medium importance. And again, as always, if you're new to trading, it's good to read what the report is about. Usually reports about the housing market, mortgages and all that could affect the market, as we remember from the subprime mortgage crisis of 2008. So you want to note that. It won't stop you trading, obviously. It won't stop you trading. But you just want to, this is just an indication to check the market around that time at 4 o'clock. Again, remember these are Rwandan times. So that's why you want to note these reports of medium importance. It just gives you an idea when to check your trades and check the markets, but it won't stop you trading. And then at 4:30, we have the same thing, the Fed chair testimony. Again, it's medium. You just check your trades again around that time, and that's it for today. So there are no major reports of high importance today or any reports of notes to stop us trading. We just know, we've noted the times for the medium reports just to check the trades, but we can go ahead and trade. But again, we have not forgotten what happened yesterday. So although there are no reports of high importance today, so technically today would have been a good day where you can have 3 attempts at the market because there are no reports of high importance, there are no public holidays. So that, there's nothing stopping you from having 3 attempts at the market today from this morning. But in view of what happened yesterday, the huge fall in the market yesterday, we will not be having 3 attempts today. We're only going to have 1 live attempt because there is a high probability of the market trending sideways all day today. So I will only be having 1 live attempt at the market, in spite of the fact there are no reports of high importance. So that is a huge learning point for today. Remembering that there's to be careful trading the day after a huge move in the market. And of course, don't forget to keep an eye on Market Watch, see what's going on. again, that's the beauty about trading the currencies of the Forex trading. It tends to be major news that affects currencies. Of course, you have the Supreme Court justice stuff going on in with RBJ dying and the replacement, but that's obviously having an effect on the US stock market and hence other stock markets. Of course, we still have the ongoing issue with COVID pandemic getting worse, the search for vaccine, the trade wars between China and USA, but really nothing new or major going on. But again, remember from the course that prior to major elections in the USA and the UK, the market tends to trend sideways. So of course, the US elections are coming up first week in November. We're still far away, but when it starts getting close to the US election, so mid-October, the last 2 weeks in October, when things start really heating up, one has to be careful trading then. But but it's something to have at the back of your mind. Again, the US presidential elections coming up. Okay, so now let's go to the charts. So we'll start with swing trading. So with the swing trading, as usual, we start with the daily time frame, D1. So looking at the daily time frame, we're now in a live swing trade. So for you guys that have been following this swing trade for 2 months, we've been waiting for an opportunity for over 2 months. You finally got an opportunity. So we're now in a live trade. So now we're in a live trade. We're now going to focus on exiting the market. So like I said on the platform, usually when my live swing trade is taken, I wait for the market to move about 100 pips in my direction. And then once it's moved 100 pips in my direction, that's when I'll start moving my stop loss with the moving average. And that's not happened yet. So you can see our entry price for the swing trade was 1.1803. So 100 pips would be 1.1703. 1703. So basically when the market gets to that point of 1.1703, I've moved at least 100 pips in my favor, then I'll start moving my stop loss with the moving average. And again, just like we did to enter the market, you will see what we'll do to exit the market together on the platform. And it's really that straightforward to exiting the trade. But that hasn't happened yet, so I just leave things alone with my 100 pip stop loss in place. I'll leave it alone, and again, reassess again tomorrow morning. So that's the beauty about swing trading. I don't have to monitor the trade all day or check it out all day. Once I've done this assessment in the morning, that's it till the next day. So we'll come now to day trading, the 5-minute time frame. So looking at the 5-minute time frame, of course, again, we remember the huge fall yesterday, and now you can see that was initially trying to go up, but now it's trending sideways. And let's just quickly mark that out. That's 1.1775. So that's the high, and the most recent low point will be there, 1752. And that's the low of the sideways trend. So it's currently trending sideways. We can see obviously the pivot point is clearly outside the sideways trend, and the first support is clearly outside the sideways trend. Like I say, there are no public holidays, there are no reports of major importance coming out today, so we can go ahead and place our trades now. But remember, in view of what happened yesterday, I'll only be having, well, I should say so because you guys might want to be do your own crazy stuff. But I will only be having one live attempt, and I've given you the reason why I will only be having one live attempt. So I'm going to place a pending buy order just above the pivot point now to buy if the market goes up, and then a pending sell below S1 if the market falls. Obviously, if the market takes my buy order first and I'm now in a live trade, I'll delete the sell and concentrate on the buy. And like I said, I'm only going to have one live attempt. If it takes the sell first, I delete the buy and only have one live attempt. So let's go for that. The pivot point is 1.1789. So I'll be buying 2 pips above that at 1.1791. Again, going back to different platforms, the parameters might be plus or minus 2 pips or so difference between the FX Primus platform and the IG platform. You go with the parameters of your own platform. Okay, so if you're trading on a platform and you see your figures are slightly different from mine, just ignore it. You go with the parameters on your own platform. So the pivot point, 1.1789. So 2 pips above that would be 1.1791. It's 919.91, yeah, 1791. So 1.1791. 20 pips stop loss, 1.1771, and 60 pips profit limit. I need to bring the calculator out. Like I said, I can do mental maths. So that's 1791 plus 60. So that's 1851. 1851. 1.1851. So I'm going to buy 2 pips above the pivot point with a 20 pips stop loss, 60 pips profit limit. There we go. So that's the buy. Go for the sell. 2 pips below S1. S1 is 1.1706. Or you can round that up to 1.1707. And then we'll sell 2 pips below that, 1.1705. 1705. So 1.1705. Again, 20 pips stop loss, 1.1725. And then take profit, 1705 minus 60. So 1705 minus 60. So 1645. 1.1645. There we go. So got my pending sell order there, pending buy order there. Of course, if the market continues to trend sideways all day and doesn't get anywhere my pending orders, then about 6 p.m. London time, I delete my pending orders. But if it takes one of them during the day, I will only have one live attempt in view of what happened yesterday. So that's the plan for today. That's my plan for today. And as usual, I'll post up the recording on the platform once the recording has been processed and ready to upload, and notify everyone once the recording is ready. So like I said, if you've got other commitments, you can log off. If you need to go to work, go to your business place or anywhere you need to go, you're free to go now. But yes, if you have any questions, it's now time for questions and answers. So like I say, if you've got other things to do, you're welcome to log off and go. But now that it's question and answers, I will take all questions, and once you've gone through the last questions, we'll end the session. So how long we go on now is now up to you guys, depending on your questions. So Adebayo, you say I was going to ask that question too. Oh, okay, so you've asked the question. Any other questions?
Hi, Dr. Remy.
Good morning, Nomalara.
Quick one. It's just regarding the swing trade. Could you just go through that, the swing trade just again, please? I think I missed it a bit.
What do you mean?
The swing trade. Did you amend your swing trade today?
No, I didn't.
No. Okay, you just left it the way it is. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Like I explained, until the market moves about 100 pips in my direction before I start to amend it.
Okay.
But yeah, that hasn't happened yet.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Any other questions? Any other questions, comments? Oh, before I forget, let me just quickly show you on the platform. Obviously, you're all now on the live Forex Trading Group platform. We've got a new feature there. I hope it works well, but we'll see. Because if you go to the event section, I've now sort of linked the Zoom meeting to the platform. So I've now converted it to the Tuesday sessions to a repeat session. So I think you might just be able to register once. And once you register, there are no more passwords. So I think you'll just be able to register and just log in anytime. I mean, when the session comes in from the platform. I'm just trying it out for the first time, so I hope it works. Fingers crossed. So we'll see. So you can see now on the events, you know, it's now a repeat event. So hopefully you should just be able to register once, and that will be it. And I hope that works well. But we'll see. Again, I keep reminding people I am a medical doctor by profession and background. I'm not an IT guy or IT specialist. So I'm trying to figure all these things out myself. So I hope that works out well. Well, we're just trying to see if we can make things easier for everybody, obviously, so you don't have to keep registering every week, putting in passwords every week, because this is a regular session we have every Tuesday morning. So we've just converted it to a recurring session without the password. So I hope it will make things easier for you guys. But we'll see. I hope it works well. Please, where did you place your swing trade? Sorry. No, we didn't place the swing trade. We're already in a live swing trade. We didn't place one. But again, the beauty is that, like I said, this session was recorded. So, like I said, once we post up the recording, you can watch the recording. But we didn't place a swing trade. We're already in a live swing trade. So we're just waiting to see what happens and then move our stop loss accordingly. Any other questions, comments? And of course, yep.
Sorry, it's me. I'm looking at my swing. Well, I didn't place any swing trade, unfortunately. I'm looking at my D1. Does it also show the trade you place on your M5? Does it?
Yes.
Does it even show it? Because I'm just looking at it and I'm a bit confused. Wow, I could see. So
yeah, you can see mine.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so is that not confusing then for the swing trade you've already placed?
No. Why should it be? Yeah. Because don't forget, you're not basing your decision on what you see on the chart. You've already made your decision.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Because like, again, I'm happy you asked that question. Because number one, that's why when I was showing you guys about the pivot point strategy, you remember I told you I don't like to see my pivot point lines on my daily time frame. That's why I set it to only M5. So that just like you said, now I don't want to have all those things clogging up my D1 when I'm assessing my swing trade. But again, that's the beauty about the swing trade. You're just concentrating on your parameters for your swing trading, and we've already done that. So that's it done till tomorrow. So it's not like I'm now coming back to do anything else. I've done my swing trade assessment. That's it for tomorrow. And then I'm now just going to concentrate on M5 for day trading.
So for us that haven't put a pending order, then we've missed that chance, isn't it?
Yes, that's it. That's it. You missed it. Too bad. But Adebayo, you've been with us. You've been with us all this time, haven't you?
Well now.
Exactly.
Yes,
so you remember when we started following the Euro-US dollar many months ago? You remember when I said, well, for those who had missed the buy, too bad.
Yes, yeah. But that time I don't even.
Yeah. So now that you see, the good things you'll be following this trade for a long while. You can see, we've been adjusting our pending sell order every day for the last 2 months.
Yeah.
So, but that's, if you go back to the trading or swing trading, that's what we said about, you don't get an opportunity every day. You have to be patient. You have to be disciplined, which we were, and then we got into the swing trade. So if you missed it, sorry.
I know, yeah. Unfortunately, at that time, I had not registered the live trade.
Okay.
I wasn't bold enough to do that. I should have.
But I think don't say that, because again, it goes back to being with money management, because you can see when the market took our trade, it went back up and we're losing money. Yeah. But it's falling back again. So we could have potentially lost 100 pips. Don't forget, there's no guarantee with trading. So don't always try to remind people that, yeah, we're lucky that the market is now moving in a direction, but we could have easily lost 100 pips.
Sorry, could that not have been another opportunity now to put a pending order in at that point where it's?
Yes, it could have been. It could have been. Yeah. So yes, at the time it was above the moving average. You could have said, okay, this is a second opportunity to buy below the moving average.
And now buy, yes, yeah.
Sorry, sell, not buy.
Sell. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that,
sorry.
That
yeah, you missed that as well. Yeah, you have. It just shows you have to pay attention when it comes to trading. But in terms of being bold, it goes back to money management. So, to help your boldness, you have to remember money management, because if you're using a live trade, if you have £500 and you're trading live with real money, then for that swing trade, you should ideally be doing 10p per pip. Because if you're using 10p per pip, if you lose 100 pips, how much have you lost? Just £10.
£10. Yeah, that's just £10. Yes.
Exactly. So that will give you the confidence to do that swing trade, knowing that, okay, even if I lose 100 pips, I've only lost £10 because you're doing 10p per pip. So that's why I went. I think this is the beauty about trading, because once you now begin to experience all these things, the presentation starts to make sense. Because part of the presentation of swing trading, I remember I said, good money management is crucial.
Yes.
Because you're risking quite a lot of pips, you're risking 100 pips. So understanding, applying good money management is absolutely crucial, because you could lose 100 pips. So you figuring out how many pips to risk quickly is very important as a swing trader. So just like and I'm happy again you brought that up, because if you're worried, you shouldn't be worried if you apply good money management. I.e., okay, I have $500 real money, I want to swing trade, I'm risking 100 pips. That's what money management is all about. How much am I comfortable to lose? Because every time you trade, there's a chance you're going to lose money.
Yes.
So you're saying, how much am I prepared to lose?
I think I need to go through the swing trade session again.
Exactly.
Presentation, yeah. Because I'm thinking, so if you put 100 pip stop loss, you don't set the take profit then, do you? Or
no. Again, this is the beauty of the practical session and the platform and all the sessions we're doing on the platform and monitoring what we're doing, because most of these things, until you experience it, it doesn't make sense. So number one, you've experienced us moving our pending order with the moving average until we enter the trade. Now you're going to experience what we do to exit.
Yeah.
Number one is to wait till it moves about 100 pips in my direction. So you can see I haven't moved the stop loss yet. We're still risking 100 pips. Once it moves 100 pips in my direction, I'm going to then start moving the stop loss with the moving average until the market takes us out. But again, it's easier when I say it, but when you experience it, it makes more sense. And like you rightly said, this is a time to go back to those presentations when you're now experiencing these things.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Any other questions? Or is it time for breakfast? Any more questions? Like they do in the auction. Going, gone. Okay, so